Hi, my name is Jan Kwiatkowski. My husband Dennis and I will be married almost 43 years in December. We have 4 adult sons who are all married and have 9 of the most perfect, wonderful, awesome grandchildren. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist in private practice. I'm one of the co-leaders of the Milwaukee Dancing Grannies, and I'm also a pastor. So, I'm looking forward to this adventure. I'm actually on my way to a mental health consultation meeting. I'm a mental health consultant for Jefferson County Head Start, and just thought I'd stop and do this little introduction video this morning. All right, I'll look forward to getting to know all of you too. Thanks. It's Friday night after a very long week. Lots of clients, and my trip out a couple times to Jefferson County this week for consulting with the Head Start, and a whole variety of clients all over the place. And one of the things I like to do and get to do is be with my oldest grandson often on Friday nights. He has band practice on Saturday mornings, and I take him to band practice. So we usually pick him up after a fish fry. Dennis and I go to a fish fry and start to unwind for the weekend. And Zach and I get to spend some time in the pool just talking about what's going on in 8th grade and things that are important in his life. I'm really lucky as a grandma to be able to connect with my grandkids a lot. And I see Zach and Ella and Miles and Mason, who are in town here quite a bit. And my East Coast grandkids, while I only get to see them maybe once or twice a year, I'm in contact with them a lot. Drew and Michelle send videos of the kids, and we talk back and forth by video or FaceTime, and the same with Josh, Jake, and Gabby who live in Richmond. And being able to be with my grandkids, whether it's here or even through video, is one of the absolute great delights of my life, and makes everything all worthwhile. And just a few minutes or a few seconds or a picture from any one of them, or a video or a text or anything, just makes my day and makes Grandma's heart very happy. So I'm off to some pool time with Zach. If you would have told me 4 or 5 years ago that I would have a wall full of bins and bags of pom-poms on a wall in the bedroom, I would have told you were out of your mind. But here I am on a Saturday afternoon, just going through some pom-poms that were given to me by Jeannie, so we could organize and keep track of costumes and all the things that we have as we grow this group. And so anyway, that's what I'm doing, at least for part of the Saturday afternoon. It's also kind of weird not to be in a parade or getting ready for a parade this weekend. Her summer schedule was so intense. We have one more coming up next week, and then a few weeks break until this year, what's going to be a really intensive Christmas season with more parades than I can ever recall doing on a Christmas season. So actually, it's probably nice to have a break, and that's all good. It's all good. But anyway, that's my wall of pom-poms. Who'd have ever thought it? It's a Thursday morning, and the granny part of the trial starts today. Starts actually in about 5 minutes. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard to listen to and watch. I've watched a lot of the trial in between work and when I've had, time here and there. And my heart just aches watching what people have been through and watching them live through all of this again, just as a human being, as a trauma therapist, as a mom, as a grandma, as a human being. Not exactly sure who of us is going to be testifying. There's a lot obviously that we can't and shouldn't talk about, so the trial proceeds as it should. And grateful for a process as hard as it is, that honors the rights of all human beings. What this is helping me do, though, is process through some feelings that when all this happened, we were so busy coping with trying to get through and do the things we needed to do, that I do what a lot of caregivers do, is tuck things aside and till the time is right to process them and get through it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I know what I need to do to take care of myself and love those around me, love the grannies, and hold all who are living through this in any kind of way in healing light and love. Light always wins over the darkness. Sometimes it takes time, but it always wins. Well, it's Friday. It's kind of casual today and also a really bad hair day. But what's on my mind today is I'm thinking a lot about the both ands of life and how we can really feel conflicting emotions at the same time. And it is really hard to find, it's easy to find conflicting emotions, but it's sometimes really hard to live in the tension of conflicting emotions. And sometimes that can be between what you believe or the kind of person that you want to be and profess to be, and then difficult feelings that come up. And how do you live in that tension and resolve that? I firmly believe that feelings aren't just good or bad. They're information about, whether you're happy with the situation, whether you don't like the situation, whether it's not meeting your expectations or is, if you feel it's just or unjust, all kinds of different reasons we have our feelings, but it's what we do with them that matters. And so today I'm just thinking a lot about how all of us experience conflicting emotions, and the things we need to do and I need to do to take care of myself when those things come up, like take a couple deep breaths or realize that all I can do in any given moment is what I'm doing right now in this given moment. So just what I'm thinking about today. Thanks. Hey, it's halftime in the Packers-Jets game, so I thought I'd make this video. I completely forgot yesterday, which would have been an awesome day to make a video. The Grannies were in Sister Bay, and it was the most amazing crowd and parade, and the energy was unbelievable. And that's one of the beauties of dancing with this group and doing parades, is you just totally have to be in the moment, in body, mind, and spirit in every possible way, to really dance well and think about what you're doing with the group so that the whole group looks good, and be kind of interacting with the crowd and all that. And I would have loved to have had a video showing you all of the amazing things that happened that day and the amazing crowd, but that's okay. The other thing I was thinking about with that Sister Bay parade was resilience. People think resilience oftentimes is just being able to get up and bounce back like nothing happened. And the reality is, and I work with this a lot in my practice too, is the reality is, unless it's something really small, like a little kid falls down and scrapes their knee a little bit, resilience is hard work. And whether it's personally, professionally, or any other way. And I've been thinking a lot about the resilience of the people in this group and our volunteers and just so many people, not only the grannies, but who've lived with all of this past year and are working so darn hard to get past it. And I've always been fascinated by resilience and what it takes to be a resilient person. I consider myself a resilient person. But I'm learning so much watching these people and interacting with all these people and going through the ups and downs of doing this. So I might talk more about resilience in the days to come. Because wow, it sure has been a year of learning all about it, and from, not from a theoretical perspective, but from a lived perspective. And that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Sorry, this one's going to be at a little bit of an odd angle. I'm just waiting to get done with an appointment. And then Dennis and I are finally off to 8 days in Barbados. We were there for our honeymoon, and then kids sent us on a second honeymoon just before COVID, and my husband surprised me with a trip this fall. So it's a place we love dearly. I can't say enough about it. So all packed, ready to go. Car is ready to go, and we'll have coffee in hand shortly and be on our way. Well, Dennis and I are at O'Hare, and the first leg of our trip. We are flying from Chicago to Miami, and then Miami to Bridgetown, Barbados. Can't believe it's been a long time since we're finally doing this. Before COVID is the last time we were here. I may have said that before. Anyway, been kind of a stop and start kind of morning since 1 o'clock, but we're finally at the gate, and in about 50 minutes we'll board the plane. Excited. Got some coffee, and life is good. All right, talk soon. I want to tell you about this incredible place called Hunt's Garden here in Barbados. It is a place on the very north of the island, and it was bought by a gentleman named Mr. Hunt many years ago. It was open to the public in 2007, and he bought 2.5 acres of land, one of which had a huge cave that became a sinkhole. And I'm like, why would anybody buy a piece of land that has a cave that's now a sinkhole? But what he did at this time of life is he spent many years with five people turning that sinkhole into the most incredible gardens I have ever seen, to the point that when we stepped into Hunt's Garden, my eyes welled up with tears. It was just so stunningly beautiful. The other amazing thing is that Mr. Hunt, who is 80 now, greets every guest every day and makes sure that he at least has a little bit of everybody's story. You've had a nice time at the garden and all of that. And he did all of these things in second half of life. And as a person who works with second half of life issues a lot, I really enjoy working with that population, and also someone who's in the second half of life myself. I just found such amazing inspiration in this very simple, gentle man who I'm guessing has an incredible amount of life wisdom in him, who built this beautiful, welcoming place. Good morning from St. Lawrence Gap in Barbados. We went very early this morning, about 5 o'clock, to Pebbles Beach to see the horses bathe, the race horses, and the groomers take them from the from the quarters about a block and a half to the beach, and they go in waist deep to the water. It is an incredible thing to see. So we're walking around right now, waiting for a breakfast place to open. Tourist season hasn't quite opened yet, but it's just incredible. I want to show you a little bit of the water here, and again, it's so clear. I don't know if you can really see how clear it is. It's just astounding. And one of the things that people here in Barbados are so aware of is water and the precious commodity that water is. And I'm a water person. I'm a Pisces. I'm a water baby. And anytime I can be close to the water like this, it just feels so at home, like I found home for me. So anyway, I'll just show you a little bit of the incredible water and the beautiful water, and maybe one of these times I'll tell you about how they do water here in Barbados. Let me take you on a little walk. This is the boardwalk. Here's more rocky. So anyway, not a bad way to spend a very early Saturday morning, and we're gonna get some coffee. If we go around many times, I think Barbados is the first place my spirit entered this planet. I have such a strong sense of this being first home for some reason. I can't even begin to tell you what that's like or what that means. But yeah, it just feels so connected here. Even though I've been in my very happy place, I've still been following the trial and all of that from far away, either at night or sometimes when my husband is napping, and a little bit we've watched together, but obviously focused on this as our time. But my heart has not been far away at all. Dennis is napping right now, and so I watched a little bit, and the closing arguments will begin in about 50 minutes. Went to the Waukesha Strong page and saw the video that Brenda, somebody from the community, posted. I put it on my Facebook page, and finally I could cry a lot of tears that I know would come for so much and for so many, and for so much that people are still going through. The end is almost near from this, at least the trial part of this. Get through December, and we will. My heart goes out to so many people. Your courage, your resilience, your dogged determination to heal, to look squarely at what happened. I have so much respect and awe for all of you. Blessings in holding so much and so many in light. It has been quite a 24 hours. Left Barbados yesterday at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is 7 o'clock our time, and was hoping that if we were really lucky, we could get a verdict by lunchtime when I got to Miami. And lo and behold, the plane landed, and it was announced that a verdict was reached. And I turned on my phone and one of the apps that I use, and tuned it on just in time to hear the judge start reading the verdicts.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information, dated this 26th day of October 2022, signed by the foreperson, juror number 11. If you find the defendant guilty of first-degree intentional homicide, answer the following question, yes or no. Did the defendant commit first-degree intentional homicide while using a dangerous weapon? Answer, yes.
Our flight had gotten moved up about 6 hours, about 6 hours. So with that, I was actually able to get home in time for me and Dennis to join the grannies at where we go after our practice, and eat and talk and have a toast and just be together on that night. I wasn't able to be there for practice with them, and looking forward to getting back with them next week. But yeah, it's going to take a while to take it all in, and we still have this Waukesha Parade to get through. But this is a big turning point, and I have so much respect for all the people who testify, the first responders, all the witnesses, and wow, just everybody who did what they did to help Waukesha and help everybody involved get where they are. Yeah, so those are my initial thoughts. I'm glad this part's over. It's been really hard for a lot of people. I'm glad this part's over. And I'm glad he will never, ever be able to hurt another man, woman, or child again. Oh, it's the last Sunday now before I go back to work, and it's time to go back to work. Lots of things have happened over the last several weeks, and I guess that's all just the way life goes. Got our Halloween decorations up. We don't do trick-or-treating around our apartment here, so I might do, depending upon my schedule, might do trick-or-treating with one of my grandsons tomorrow night. Another one is trick-or-treating this afternoon, and I'm not sure when the others are trick-or-treating. Anyway, happy Halloween. I think the costume that I'm wearing right now is scary enough. We'll just leave it at that. And I hope y'all have a good rest of the Sunday. Packers are playing the Buffalo Bills tonight. Yeah, well, it's that kind of season. It's just that kind of season. We'll see where all of this goes, but it's probably not going to be real pretty tonight. Okay, enjoy the rest of this fall day. This might be the last warmish weekend we have for the fall season. Hoping not, but it might be. So enjoy every bit of it, and it is a treasure to look at all the colors this time of year. Not every place has that. Although I have to admit, I really do miss the palm trees and the ocean. Yep. Have a good one. I want to share with you the story of one of my plants that I'm very proud of. I love growing green plants, and one of the reasons we chose the apartment that we're in is it has a southern exposure, which means I've got all the light I need for to grow my plants. So anyway, I'm going to show you this plant. And I hope you got a good view of my Christmas cactus, which is, again, just starting to bloom. It blooms a couple times a year. The reason I'm so proud of that plant is that I got a snippet of a Christmas cactus plant from my busha many years ago. I was probably in my 20s. And my busha loved to grow plants too. Me and my busha were best buds. And so anyway, she gave me a snippet of the plant. They're easy to root in water and then, stick in the ground, and they grow. So anyway, that plant, I don't know how long my busha had hers, but it was a long time. And I've kept my busha's plant alive for many generations after that. So I just wanted to share share my plant with you. Thanks. Every now and then you got to do something to spice it up a little. So kept the curls, but have some of the old shortness from the back around the bottom, and it's sort of like the old me and the new me all combined into a brand new me. And I'm kind of liking this haircut and perm. Pardon the ghost that's in the background there, but it is a beautiful 60-something degree day on November 1st, and I'm sitting outside doing as much work as I can outside on our balcony. Anyway, just some final thoughts here. The sentencing day for the perpetrator has been set for November 15th and 16th, and knowing that that day is coming, I'm not even sure what the word is, because relief doesn't begin to cover that, but this chapter is now finally coming to an end. And I can't tell you how good that is, to know that this part of this will be ending. I have my blue lights on my balcony at night here, and I was pleasantly surprised that when I went to Menards in Brown Deer, there were a lot of blue lights that were already sold. So proud of you, Brown Deer. But anyway, we've got the next few weeks to get through, and there's a lot of people still hurting because of this and still having trauma responses because of all this, but we will get through it. I'll stick by them, and we're all going to get through this together. Something like this changes a person. And I think it's still going to take a while to figure out all the changes and impact that it has had on me. And if it's had this much impact on me, and I wasn't there, I can't even begin to imagine what it was for the people who were there. But I know it's changed me, and changed the way not so much changed my priorities, but changed maybe the intensity of how I value and treasure those priorities, and will more easily let go of the things that don't serve me well, in body, mind, and spirit, as well as serve those people and those things that I value and my goals. And it's just really helped me just not so much reprioritize, but maybe refocus my energy on those, and I think that's a good thing. And I'll just keep going with whatever happens, rolling with the reflecting. I've been reflecting all my life, and will continue to reflect, and literally all we've got is one day at a time, one moment at a time, and to try to stay as present as we can to that. And when we get out of that, always come back to that moment, because it's really all we have. And my goal is to live that to the very fullest until the very last moment I have here on this planet.